What is going on, my fam sizzles? It is so good to have you here today. First and foremost, I want to thank last night's couple for having me at their wedding. This was in Issaquah at Fox Hollow Farm. Absolutely amazing. Boy, what a night. Yeah. Okay, so first off, I want to talk a little bit about just how they wanted to go a different route with their music. And that's something I wanted to kind of talk about too is like, it's okay if you're that couple that doesn't like the traditional wedding music. And they're like, hey, please don't play anything that's traditional in the wedding scene. We kind of feel like it's overplayed for our crowd. That's not really our vibe. And I love that because they are choosing to like say, hey, let's play our music at our wedding. And I think that's great. So what I really liked about that is instead of just getting a standard playlist of what everybody knows and gets played at every wedding that, maybe the couple doesn't want to, say, hey, we really like this style of music. For instance, we played a lot of pop punk from the early 2000s. And we also played like a lot of George Strait, Brooks and Dunn. So we did like some 80s and 90s country. So it was really fun. And then we had like some way throwbacks just for fun because sometimes it's just great to throw people off. But that's kind of like, that's just my own sizzle thing. So what I want to continually say about that though is like, it takes research as a DJ. It takes maybe learning some new things, practice, preparation. You really got to go in there and you got to say, hey, I'm not going to use the same playlist that I've been using at these previous weddings. I don't personally do that. I always create a brand new playlist for every couple because I want the experience to be different for each crowd. I don't want the same performance every night. Like that would be so boring if the same performance every wedding. So what was really, really, really fun is that, I don't know, it just felt very unique. It felt very unique to the couple and then like their tastes and, no requests. DJ Sizzle, do your thing. We trust you. You're in charge. Take over for 2.5 hours. It's all you. So I always ask for reference songs. And then we always do like the pre-call before I go out to the wedding because I want to fully understand like what kind of like pop punk you want or what kind of like rock, what kind of country. Like certain artists, you're like, okay, they're kind of similar to these other artists, but let me double check because like sometimes people say they want this artist or they say do not play this artist, but I don't know if that means like don't play any music from this artist and their genre. But the problem nowadays is like every artist does every genre. So it's really hard to like decipher which one is the correct one. So that being said, I always go to DJ pools and I always look for new mixes, new edits of songs. Like I'll always take note, be like, that song hit really well, but I feel like it could be just a little tighter, just a little tighter on the next one. I think it was great, but I think for another performance, for a certain crowd that maybe isn't know the song as well, but they know the hook, let's present the hook first and then let's go into the verse if we want to, or we just do the hook and then just get out. So sometimes you have to really push yourself as a DJ, especially a wedding DJ. I think it's really easy to get lazy. It's really easy to be like, oh, we're just going to play the same set every wedding. And that's just what the couple's going to get. We're not going to let them do any requests. We're not going to let them do any of that stuff. And for me, I think that you're shortchanging the couple. I think that I personally wouldn't want to not have control over some of the music that I'm getting played at my wedding. I mean, I'm paying for the service for you to come out and DJ. At least let me tell you what songs I don't want to hear. There's certain artists I absolutely do not like, but sometimes I have to play because I get paid for it. But I would definitely put a lot of artists on my do not play list. Like, please don't play that artist. Please don't play that song. I don't like that song. I know it's the hot song of the moment, or maybe that song was hot 20 years ago. I don't want you to play it. Can you not do that? And here's the great thing. We live in 2026. We don't live in 1996, where your options for music were CDs, cassettes, vinyl records, and you only had music. I mean, yeah, if you want to play big band, but you basically had like Sinatra, you basically had like the Beatles, Elvis, Michael, you had the Electric Slide, the YMCA, but that's really about all you had. I mean, maybe Cotton Eye Joe if you really want to play it, but that's all you had at that time. And like now it's like, man, we got another 30 years of music ahead of us. Like there's so much music out there that if you don't keep like updating your style, updating the music you have, you will like become a thing of the past. And it's cool that you want to keep playing the same playlist that you've been playing for year after year, but you got to get better. I mean, technology gets better, people get better, everything in this world will continually get better and it'll become improved upon. So as a wedding DJ, I don't know why you're not doing the same thing. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I just wanted to thank the couple, and I just wanted to kind of go off on a little bit of a talk about like it's okay. Look, we don't have to play the Cupid Shuffle. We don't have to play the Cha Cha Slide. We don't have to play Uptown Funk every wedding. It is okay to not play those songs as a wedding DJ. Just because you think they're the most reliable songs doesn't mean they are. Maybe you're upsetting half the crowd and you didn't even know you were doing that. Or if I do get those on my playlist, I will do a shorter edit and I will lead people within those songs. I'm not going to just put on the Cupid Shuffle and walk away. Like, come on, guys. You got to hype the crowd up. I mean, you got to keep them interested, and then play a little bit of that, mix into another song. You don't have to play 5 minutes of the Cha Cha Slide. Like, play like a minute and a half of it. Get people hyped up and then go into Cupid Shuffle if you have to for a minute. Go into the good parts where you can actually lead people. I noticed last year, like, a lot of different people on the dance floor would be like, I don't know this part. Like, what am I supposed to do? And it's like, edit it down, bring it in where it says to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Like, bring it in those moments where you give a little direction to the people if you are going to play those songs. But I didn't have to play them last night, and it was an absolute pleasure. It was so nice to get away from playing the standard playlist at a wedding. And there's nothing wrong with the standard playlist. I understand, like, playing it safe is a good thing at times, but at the same time, I think, your crowd will actually respect you more if you do dig a little deeper and make it a little more customized to your actual, like, your wedding and your tastes. And these are the songs we like. I know you like these songs too. Like, you just haven't heard them in a while. They're not played all the time, but then it's going to bring back some like nostalgic memories. And I had a lot of fun researching for this last wedding last night. Like, I was watching like MTV Video Music Awards from the early 2000s. I was watching TRL. Like, it was such a fun, like, nostalgic trip to like go back 20 some years and just see who the hot artists were. And like, it's always the same feeling. Like, you listen to music from the past and it's always like, man, it's so good. Like, it's just so good. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, even the performances, like, they looked really good. Like, everybody was just ready to party and have a great time. It feels like a lot more of the music that's coming out right now is a little more somber, but every year we get a few good dance tracks. So I'm always optimistic about that. But I will say there is a plethora of pop punk, emo, whatever you want to call it, which I hate to call it that, because if we really go into like what pop music is it's just a generalization label. So if you do make punk music and for some reason it crosses over into popular culture, it is now known as pop punk. And it's like, is it though? I don't know. But it was really interesting too about the research of like watching the artists like lead the way into a new genre. And then you would have all these big artists that would be like, oh no, we got to switch our genre over now. And now we got to act this way. And like, let's change our style over to these guys and what they're doing, because that's hot. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, it's okay to also just stick in your genre, like just be the best at it. Like, I don't know. I also understand like growing and stuff, but when you see like popular artists like in the 2000s, like all of a sudden they're switching over to the popular punk pop now. And it's like, I don't know. Are you guys just wearing like your regular clothes and then before the show you like switch into like the pop punk look of that moment? And you're just like, oh, we got to change our clothes real quick and we got to make sure we look just like the, like what the image looks like. And it's like, come on, guys, you don't have to do that. But yes, last night's wedding was an absolute pleasure. I didn't think it was going to be that crazy, but it was pretty wild. And I absolutely love weddings like that. It just recharges me, re-energizes me, and I don't know, puts a smile on my face, I guess. So, all right. Well, this is DJ iSizzle. Thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast Behind the Booth. We're doing this every week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, I don't know, leave a comment, all that good stuff. All right, we'll talk to you next week.